Oh, hello. Hello, Meyerville. We're still getting, we're reporting from videos. I mean, yeah, listen, good. No, not yet. From, everybody has been used to this for these studios. Let's get a top header. Congratulations, Tom. I'll tell you what, if you could make, if you could take you and your bride, and you could do the magic you do with cement and you marbleize it. There's a marbleizer piece you realize that, right? Marbleize. Anyway, we don't have any of that. Chris, we're sans accoutrements. This is like when Giuliani came to you from the underground bunker. All right, I think we can switch to our video now, Chris. I think we have eliminated any possibility that people will know where we're shooting from. So, if you feel comfortable that we can come to us. I got a special guest tonight. There we are. Hey, it's Chris. What's up, Chris? Oh, there we are. Oh, good. Chris sent us. Oh, yeah. All right. So, obviously, I have with me my boy. You listen, normally he's my son, but I want to make an announcement tonight. This is my new press secretary, Chris. Jonas Lee Meyer. Yes. Yes, it's a big job, but, you know, who else can I trust, right, except for my own son? So, you know, Jonas is 11 years old, Chris, and he's heading into 6th grade. Very exciting, right? That's big, man. You're going into middle school. Very, very nice. And there's obviously a lot Hello, Meyerville fans. How are you? I'll explain the location later. We had to sort of make a quick change. So you're going into 6th grade, and, you know, the kid's aware now. He's 11. He's not 2 years old anymore. You know what I'm saying? So everything that's going on in the news and whatnot down in Charlottesville, North Carolina, and with the president sort of tacitly supporting white supremacy a little bit, Jonas is like, Dad, what the hell is going on? Right? What did you say?
I don't know. It's crazy what's going on right now. It's
crazy what's going on, right? And one day he came to me. He's not allowed to use any type of vulgarity, Chris. You know, it's not permitted. But I allowed it. He's like, Dad.
Check.
What the hell is going on? And there's nothing like honesty and the wonder of a child to try to figure out what the hell is going on, right? Yeah. Basically, you just want to know what.
Yeah. What's happening?
Yeah. This is the part where you say, what the hell is going on? You get the joke. I set you up 5 times for that. That's all right. Don't worry about it. Press secretary, you got to be quicker on your feet. All right, you ready now? Yes. Okay. So, Chris, essentially, people just want to figure out
what's going on.
God damn, it's what the hell is going on. Let's try one more time. No, it's okay. It wasn't too bad, but Chris, basically, people in this country are asking themselves,
what the hell is going on?
Yeah, and that's what we're here to find out. See how nice that was? See? Good. You get video games now and toys. There's a switch on there, you sure? Let's see. Hold on. It's on, Chris. Make sure you're talking to the mic.
Hello?
Okay, there we go. Viewers, if you hear anything at home, that's we're coming from emergency location. Chris, I don't know how Chris put it quick. I'm not going to lie to you.
You put one cable into another.
Not technically, we know how you put it together, but in the speed and the veracity that you have, and we still have a table. It's not marbleized, but it's a table nonetheless, right? And that's what's important.
That's right.
So the kid wants to know, Daddy, Papa, what
the hell
is going on in this country? Okay? Like, they're not teaching me this stuff in the history books. I don't know what's up. I'm confused. You know, we live in a yes, and cultural society. And especially up here, you know, we're from Jersey City. We live in a very shishy town, my God. People are, like, uber nice and stuff, you know what I mean? So, like, he's not going to get it from a first-hand account. Now, when I was growing up in West New York, you know, Chris, you know this too.
I do. What are you talking about?
We were like the white guy.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Which,
in hindsight, you look back on it, it's cool. This is why I make sure he goes to public school, so he's going to school with, like, you know, kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Not some $30,000. You don't need $30,000 for 2nd grade. For God's sake. Anyway, if you're doing that, though, I support you. Do it. Good.
I'm sorry.
So I'm like, you know what? I got a couple of weeks left with my summer, right?
Yes.
And I want to say, too,
I'm still getting rave reviews, Chris,
Yeah.
for the MeyervillePodcast tour.
Unbelievable.
Like, people are pumped up, and I've gone back. Can you center us a little bit, Chris? Do you mind, sir? Can you
to your left or right?
Yeah, there you go. Oh, a little bit. Right there. Good.
It's floating.
Elbow to
Okay.
elbow. No, that's good. Beautiful.
All right.
It is moving a tiny bit. No, it's okay. It's fine. I love it. So, people were all about Michael. We have Michael here today.
Yeah,
Is that
sure.
okay?
Well,
Michael Gargani? Right? What's the last name? I got that right. You like that, right,
yeah.
Chris?
Yep.
Chris started laughing. I got nervous. Michael's I'm not gonna say, came out from the West Coast, time actor, right?
Yeah, TV series a writer. He's writing a.
Right. Really?
I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about.
How much are you allowed to talk about, Michael?
Oh, there he is. He's in
No,
the corner.
not at all. No, he says nothing. Anyway, on another network, undisclosed project, big stuff though,
Huge.
and a close friend of Meyerville. Now,
Yes.
friend of yours is a friend of mine, Chris, right?
Oh my God. Yes.
So,
No doubt about it.
anyway,
Anywho,
I always say, who's the best teacher, Jonas? Experience,
Life.
remember? Yeah, life. That's right. Life experience. So I'm trying to figure out, how do I tell the kid about the South and not that the problem is only in the South.
right?
You understand what I'm saying? The South is an amazing, beautiful place, culturally rich. All right, and I've been, I have roots in. Didn't know that.
I know you have family down there.
Yep, and my stepfather, Leslie Lee McKinney.
Wow.
Yep, he's from Brookneal, Virginia, tiny little town.
Wow.
Yep, and Jonas is named after him. The middle name, Jonas Lee Meyer. So on the way in here tonight, we started talking about the statues, and this is the whole thing. To my liberal friends out there, now's not the time to start pointing fingers at people.
No.
You understand me? Because when you're pointing one finger at you see these three? Right back at yourself. And those are the three I want to worry about.
Genius.
What can we do here?
One analogy.
Yeah.
The first time I heard it 20 years ago was great.
Because I'm all about lead by example. It's a classic analogy. I'm all about lead by example, Chris.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, I've mentioned this many times, I'm not going to go on and on about it. You can't say we need to be more liberal whilst acting more like the conservatives that you supposedly despise.
Interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
We have to. So this is what Meyerville is going to do, basically. Is obviously the issues going on in this country, right? And we need to.
More than ever.
Wow.
And some of the most basic issues ever.
Dude, we're
still up for debate.
We're rolling backwards.
That's not my bed, everybody. It's a big table.
We used to be able to. The Klan used to be sort of funny at some. It got to the point where you could ridicule them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Boy, oh boy. Listen, when the sitting president, or be standing, I don't care what he's doing, but when the president of the United States is saying things that would have been punchlines on Saturday Night Live 10, 15 years ago, you have to say, this is not a one-man operation. Okay? And I really believe me and Michael had a deep constitutional talk before the show.
I heard you.
And I really believe that these framers, these guys, we got framed by the founding fathers. And I've said this before, they took parchment paper and they ground it into a mirror for our society. And it makes us see who we are. And this president's not working in isolation, Chris. And numbers came out today that shocked me. Now, everybody will tell you. Mark Twain used to say, there's lies, damned lies.
And statistics.
Yes, that's right. Lies, damned lies, and statistics. That's what there are. So, but this is a number that scares me. Is the news reported that majority of America is...
Most of America.
Yes, the majority of America does not approve of the way Donald Trump handled the Charlottesville incident.
Yes.
And just to give you the big highlights here, he wouldn't call it terrorism. Okay? Fucking guy using an ISIS car. Literally out of the playbook of ISIS. All right? Won't call it terrorism, and they love calling stuff terrorism. That's number one. Number two, he equates the Nazis to the anti-protesters, which is berserker. Okay? Number 3, back he had that total meltdown in the lobby of his apartment building.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And I'm watching.
Bipolar.
Oh, my God. Yeah, but you know what? I'm watching that, and I'm saying to myself, how many leaders and people in power? How many leaders, Jonas, right? And people in power are thinking like this?
Yeah.
It's almost, I don't like any of it. But what I'm saying, it's almost refreshing.
Mm.
And we got to capitalize on it. Because for years, the whole thing has been, nah, man, it's not true. You know what I mean? Like, the man's not trying to keep anybody down. But the man has finally spoken the truth. Speaking truth to his own power. It's pretty wild. So it's like, all right, we know where we stand now. And here's my foolish thinking. Is that what this is going to do is he's going to paint people into a corner. Painting you into a corner. And basically, if you support the guy at this stage in the game, to me, you're supporting like white nationalism.
Yeah.
And all this. If you distract me, I'm going to throw you right off the show. Seriously. You're supporting white nationalism.
Sorry.
Right? And all of this other stuff. So this is going to be a major turning point where this guy's going to have a 3% approval rating. And it's low, right? But the numbers came out today. So the majority of the country is against how he handled Charlottesville.
Mm-hmm.
But it's 56%, Chris. That's scary to me. Like, where's the other... Carry the one. 44. The other 44% of people are cool with this. And then, furthermore, I was telling Jonas that if you get asked a question like this, nobody's going to lie and say, yeah, I like Nazis and white supremacists.
Right.
But you will get a fair number of people who just don't want to embarrass themselves and are going to say, nah, that's wrong, and not really mean it. So I said, holy shit, that's crazy. So it's perfect that we're here. This is really a Meyerville show. It's a press conference. We had to move locations 3 times, so I asked the media to just tune in on Facebook and cover it.
Right.
Much better. I'm not going to use the term that we got a threat, Chris, because I don't want to publicize these things.
Why didn't you tell me before the show you shut it down?
Because I knew you'd be a little nervous about that. That's why we kept moving from one location to the other.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So I'm not going to use the term threat. I don't want to glorify people. We're certainly not afraid. But I got a message. But you know what? The show's bigger than anything.
That's a good point.
You understand me? So what we're going to do to try to... People want to do this Highland stuff. No good. No bueno.
No bueno.
What we're going to do instead is we're going to do a lot of healing. You understand?
Yes.
We're going to smoothen out America's seam.
Right.
We're going to glue it up. You understand?
Yep.
And we're going to put it back together.
I love it.
Yep. Now, in order to do that, we got to get out on the road.
Oh!
Which is exciting. So starting tomorrow...
What time?
We're headed out for 14 days, Chris.
Unbelievable.
Across America. Okay? Him and I are heading out solo tomorrow. We're going to meet Holly and Charlie out in Vegas. They're going to fly out there. All right?
The beautiful, what's her name? Holly.
Yes, my beautiful wife.
And gorgeous little girl.
Holly, and my daughter Charlie, who's very upset that she couldn't come tonight and say hi.
Ah.
All right?
They got beautiful.
So here's the plan, Stan. Is I love people. And in order to figure out
what the hell is going on,
we need to get down there. And we need to get in with the people. I can't do it from here in West New York. You understand? And I'll tell you something, Michael. People love me. They really do. Chris, have you ever met anybody who...
Yes.
Okay, yes. No, I take it back. Before people really get to know me, they love me. And this is going to be a whirlwind tour. So they're just going to get the best of Rob Meyer. Because when I meet people for the first time, it's like meeting myself for the first time. Fuck, am I enamored? Yeah, I'm just so into it. You know, like hearing the stories for the first time again and putting all the charm across. Oh, God almighty. So here's the cities we're going to here. I have them on my phone, Chris. Just so you, and we will be reporting live from all. And oh, there's Charlie, dude. Look how big she's getting.
Unbelievable. It's a little girl.
God Almighty, boy, she's something else, right? She kicked Jonas in the arm today to the point where he cried, which I thought was pretty funny.
He has to take it, Jonas. You got to take it, pal. I'm sorry.
Chris had a sister.
Yeah. Well, she wanted no part of me
But
Zero.
leg power is like
when we were younger.
crazy.
And then when we started hanging out in Montego Bay together in Belmont, then it was different.
Then it was fine.
Yeah.
And now she's younger or older?
Older, 5 years.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
She had this beautiful car, Jonas, right? She had the Dukes that had the Smoking the Bandit car.
Yeah, the black Trans Am with the T-top.
The black Trans Am with the T-top. And boy, would Chris want to borrow that.
I had it 99% of the time, but that 1% of the time when I didn't get it,
Oh.
I kicked a hole right in her bedroom door because she said I always moved her teddy bear from the car, and I threw it in the back seat. And
Now, what were your plans that night with the car?
picking up some broad and
Oh, really?
yeah, sure.
So
Some lovely
Young lady. See how we're guilty of this speech? All right, here's where we're going, Michael. And please be tuning in. It's not going to be a very long show tonight.
Guys, share the show, comment if you
Yes,
can. A
please
lot
share,
of people
comment.
watching. Grant Rogers, Troop TV,
Really?
Chris
Oh, wow.
Castillo, Sophia Anthony, Holly,
on.
Bucksbaum.
Bucksbaum.
Maya just
Boy,
came
was she
in.
happy she got to be called Meyer, right? And got rid of that Bucksbaum.
Yes.
I mean, that's not that it's not a great
No.
last name, Jonas's grandparents. It's a great last name. But it sounds like something you would put on something. It would be like, boy, these shingles are killing me. And then somebody would be like, you know what I use, right? Bucksbaum.
Yes.
We have like the head of a deer on it.
Casey O'Donnell.
AC O'Donnell listening in. Okay. So, folks, here's where we're going. And listen, I'm bringing you guys with me. You understand? That's what we do here. All right? It's like interactive. You're going to be hopping in the car, and you're going to be coming along with me. Michael's just
He's loving this.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, now I feel way better.
No.
Okay. Oh, thank you. So here's where we're going. Okay? Charleston, West Virginia.
One.
Yeah, we'll be there tomorrow night.
Wow. West Virginia.
Yeah, 8 hours. I planned all these cities out on the map, so
So you go right almost to the heart
we're
of.
going right to the south, baby.
Wow.
Okay? From there, we're heading to Memphis, Tennessee.
I've heard of that.
Yep, that's right. I was walking in Memphis.
Yeah. Let's get a little. Go ahead.
Walking with my feet 10 feet off a pier. All right. Oh, shit, I just erased my notes. Oh, God. Now we're not going to be able to go. I don't have the cities anymore. Did I really just do that?
Oh.
I blame Michael.
Yeah, I blame somebody. It can't be you.
There we go. Oh, wait. Shit, I really just did that. Anyway. Oh, wait. It's on Facebook. So we're going to Charleston, West Virginia. Now, it's a big college town, Chris.
Yeah, Morgantown.
Been down there.
I've been.
Does it feel like the South?
Yes, my niece graduated from West Virginia University,
Uh-huh.
and definitely.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's very southern,
south.
you'd say.
Yes.
Okay. All right, here we go. You ready, Chris?
Yes.
Meyerville World Tour. You a tour of the South, and we're calling it the Healing Less Highland.
Yes,
Tour.
I saw that.
All right, and I also make a vow that if I see any Hiles going on, I'm going to instantly just turn that Hile into a high five. Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yes.
Yeah, that's my plan. No Nazi's a good Nazi. Okay, my son's Jewish. They would want to kill him. You understand that? Just because he's Jewish. No Nazi's a good Nazi, Michael. But I will say this: those old Nazis knew how to dress.
Yes.
And if you're going to be a Nazi, okay, the hate's easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking easy to hate something.
Right.
No problem. Jonas, you must hate stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Easy. That's easy. No problem. Hate. But to color dress nice every single day, dedication. And you look at the march, and it has affirmed everything I've been saying for years. Conservatives are not party people. They're not desired by the opposite sex, by other people who want to invite them to parties. You understand what I'm saying? This is a big problem. So they have a lot of time on their hands. You're fucking pissed off. The girl doesn't like them. The cool kids aren't letting them into the party. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you get years and years and years of quiet suffering, all right, all by yourself. And then all of a sudden now with the internet, though, all of these loners, right, and sort of like rejects have a voice and a platform Because I'm going to tell you something. If you want to rule a bunch of people, you don't pick people who have a busy calendar. They're too busy. It's like trying to get you and Michael to join my cult. You're like, dude, I got a date Tuesday. I got a date Thursday. I got 3 dates Thursday. I got blah, blah, blah. I got blah, blah, blah. I got a photo shoot. It's like, come on, dude. Like, I'd love to come down to your clan meeting. I got a lot of other stuff going on. I'm sorry, I can't make it. Right? Even if you were pro-clan, who's pro-clan? By the way, I want to introduce a dessert down there. Right? Because this is my whole thing. And then change. You have to hold. Then you have to whisper in the ear. Even through the hood, you might have to whisper a little bit louder. Stop hating those blacks. It's just skin pigmentation. They're not. You caress. My move is going to be to go under the hood.
Oh.
And feel a little bit of the back of the head and just give a smooth little caress on the back of that head.
Right.
Say, stop being so hateful.
Yeah.
I know you never got invited to the parties. And what happens at parties, Michael and Jonas? Dancing. Guys can't dance. Who's on TV dancing up a store? Who's the most famous dancer you've ever seen on TV? And he's a singer.
Trump? Oh, sorry.
Oh, come on. I know it's Sharper. Moonwalk.
Michael Jackson.
Right, that's right.
Good.
So now all of a sudden, okay, people are like, how did this clan come back? I don't get it. I'll tell you how. I will tell you how. It came back, right? Because back in the day, the 60s and whatnot, you got the Coca-Cola commercials, right? Everything's beautiful. Everything's awesome. Okay, great. No problem. You can see some real shit on TV. Norman Lear, God bless you, man. Seriously. Think about Good Times, when you think about Archie Bunker. And now, listen, it's gotten to the point where on Facebook, I can't say this word, but I think it's a big problem. I'm going to spell it out. Nigger.
Wow. The big word.
All right? And you're going to hear a lot of people say you can't say that word. No, you certainly can say it. You shouldn't. Okay? It's a vile word. But I think when one asks themselves, how does this word disappear and turn into the N-word? Now, here's the problem with using the quote-unquote N-word. Is that people that would never have said the other word anyway would use that word now. But the people who are going to use the other word anyway, even if they're saying N-word, they're still thinking N-word. And it's institutional, man. Okay, so digress a little bit. How does this come to the point where all of a sudden this word, because now it seems like there's progress. You never hear that word anymore. We've eliminated, like that was the problem. If we just stop using this word, things are better. All right, great. And also, it's a constant reminder to middle America that we're taking care of these people to the point where we have to use special words. Okay. But the
Sam Jaffa. Go ahead.
Oh, nice. But the quote-unquote N-word, okay, that's been used as a placeholder for the real hateful word, that word disappears. It has nothing to do with black people, why that word goes away. All right? And it has everything to do with why the KKK is coming back really in force. And the non-dancing is still important, that they can't dance and they're not invited to the parties, okay? Because now all of a sudden, MTV, all right? And now you have NWA on MTV, and they're using this quote-unquote, you could still say that quote-unquote N-word until they came around. And what's going on is you got these young white kids out in rural middle America dressing like NWA and calling their buddies N-word that different variation of it, all right? And that's when it was like, this shit's fucking stopping now. You understand? This was culture war. And all of a sudden now, it was one thing to be a liberal out in Boston or be a liberal out in New York. You had your sort of bastions and your havens, and people could go out in their part of the country and sort of live the way they wanted to. Now, all of a sudden, you have these cultural ideas coming through your television with MTV, national television, and it's literally the same thing that happened like in the Middle East. Like, it was the culture war. It was Britney Spears out there. It was Pizza Hut. It was this sort of commercial imperialism. And here it's cultural imperialism is how it's being viewed as. And once young kids started sort of emulating that stuff, and then Michael Jackson comes on the TV, people got real nervous. And people started feeling like our shit's disappearing, our quote-unquote culture, which I don't even know what white culture is. What's white? Anyway,
Paper?
we're going to address... Yeah, paper's white.
The house?
I'm not white. What a great name for that house now, right?
Oh.
Okay, Chris, so Charleston, Memphis. Jackson, this is when I'm getting excited. This is going to be exciting, Michael. Jackson, Mississippi. Woo! The deep south, Chris. You understand me? Then we're going to El Paso, Texas. We're going to go down to the border, and we're going to I'm going to try to smuggle Jonas into Mexico, and then smuggle him back into America. But I'm going to do it with a passport, so we're really just going to walk across there. There'll be very little smuggling going on. But I am going to put him in a poncho with a big fake Mexican mustache, just to see if I think it would be a lot of fun, just to have a conversation with the border guard. I think that would be a big trip. Then we're going to Dallas. Okay? Me and JR over here in Dallas.
Oh my God.
You like that?
Are you going to visit the site?
Yes. And then we're going to Phoenix, Arizona, Chris. Okay? Trump's having a rally there tomorrow. We're going to have our big rally next week at the Lowe's out on Sun Avenue in Phoenix. If you look that up and come out, I'm going to have a big rally out in the parking lot.
Really?
Yes. We don't have the bullhorn here, do we?
No.
Okay, no problem. At that point, I'll pick up the rest of the Meyers, and then we're going to meet. In all of those cities, what we're going to do, Chris, is we're going to go to the diner in the morning, okay? And we're going to talk to some of the locals, the local coffee shop. We're going to go to the park, or whatever, wherever the locals are. And my big goal on this trip is to be invited to a barbecue.
Oh.
Yeah, out in somebody's land. All right? I'll tell you, man. Remember when we went to Ohio? Okay? We go out to Ohio, Michael. Ohio is a wild place.
There's 4 dead there, I heard.
Yeah. We go out into Ohio, and we're in this little lake town. Nice little lake town. We rent the golf cart. I let Holly drive the golf cart.
Really?
She drives up onto this side street. All of a sudden, there's 100 dogs chasing us. Remember, I jumped up onto the top of the golf cart, and I just left you guys there as bait.
Yep, like always.
A guy, very friendly-looking guy comes out, Chris, right, as we drive down the block. Nah, buddy, they're all right. Southern accent, even in Ohio. It's weird. No, buddy, they're all right. Don't worry about them dogs. Guy has a giant Confederate flag hanging on it. But again, I'm not here to judge you, man. I'm curious. I'm so curious. Like, I know it's wrong, but I don't believe in good and evil.
Uh-huh.
My curiosity is to where your brain got this information that it built itself to the apex of this type of like complete like ignorant hate, right? I'm fascinated by it. It's fascinating. And so we're hanging out. Remember the guy invited us? He had this huge like swing going down into his backyard. He had like a gully, drank a beer. We must have hung out for hours, Chris. The guy was awesome up the Confederate flag. Because I'm like, you know what? Like, life is multifaceted. And the best thing I could do here is be some long-haired hippie who this guy is going to tell his buddies. I'll tell you what, though. Yeah, the guy was a long-haired hippie, and you could tell he was a Democrat. But I'll tell you what, he was a cool dude. That is pretty much in the box what we're looking to accomplish here. I'm trying to change hearts and minds throughout the whole entire South. But here's what was fascinating. Please. Here's what's fascinating. As we're talking, a woman comes out from across the street that lived across the street. Same accent. They started talking. You could tell same viewpoint, same everything. The woman was Indian.
Oh.
Like full on, like with the ring in the in
Woo
the forehead.
Indian or?
No, with like from India.
Uh-huh.
You know my wife?
Yes.
Oh, Rena. Hello, Rena.
Oh, wow. Look at this. We got a very special, hold on. We have, and then our husband came out, and we have him here right now, actually. We have him on a dedicated line. We have an ISDN line.
Hello, my friend neighbor. How you doing?
Yes, that's right. And your wife's name was Ringa?
Yeah, we live next to racist guy.
Last name was Big.
Ring-a-ding.
Ring-a-ding.
Now-
That's why I used to make fun of my wife. Ring-a-ding, ring-a-ding. Hello,
I see.
Ring-a-ding. morning. Good
Now,
night here.
now let me tell you this though. It seemed like you're very ingratiated. It seems like you're very ingratiated with your neighbors down there.
Oh, yes, we all have to look out for each other.
Yeah, you look after each other, right? And this is my point, Chris, is we hate each other only on TV. It's fucking true, man. We don't hate people. I saw it growing up, even within my own family, who would extol racist overtures. But then when it came time, how many of them had a black friend or a black coworker or a Latino guy or this or that? And it all just becomes, oh, they're different. They're different because you know them. Even my own dad, Michael, right, who's 5th grade education, beautiful, beautiful man. Ganunka, yes. Ganunka, sorry. And Michael. Ganunka is on our dedicated ISDN line all the way out to Ohio.
I'm still here.
Okay, good. Yeah, just stay on the line,
Okay.
Ganunka. Thank you. Ganunka ding. So,
Did you drop something?
yes. So, my dad was,
Honey, he's not calling you.
yes. No, we're not. Every time the phone rings, she goes running, Chris. We finally had to, thank God the cell phones came. You could put a different ringtone on there.
Yes, and
They
then
got
if
Enrico
ring the
Palazzo
doorbell, she
singing,
goes crazy.
so she's not
She
getting
run all over the
confused.
house.
So, my father, man, was sort of liberal, right? But, he would just say the thing people said back in the day about black people. And then, I went to college and you get a little educated and you meet people, you get a little bit, your mind opens up a little bit. And at first I would argue with him. Chris is dying. At first I would argue with him. But listen.
Hello, you called me?
No, sorry. We're just
Honey,
repeating the
he's
name.
not calling you, honey.
Yes. So, no, it's fine. I love it. I'll say the name Ring-a-Ding all day long. That's when you were supposed to come in, Michael, again. No, it's okay. Never mind. Like Jonas. So, what does your dad tell you we wind up building within our children? Adversaries, right? Because we always argue. So, even with my dad, though, I would argue with him. And then finally, I had an in one day, Chris, and I saw it happening, right? And I said, Dad, how many black people have you really known? Known. It's like, well, he rattled them off. 3 guys from work. And then guys he grew up with back in Jersey City. I go, you hated them? Nah, they were great. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just giving them enough rope. I said, you realize what you're saying here is you'll like 100% of the black people you've ever really known. Drop the mic.
That's right.
That's right. And he didn't really say anything, but here's where we knew, Mr. Ding, that hearts and minds had changed. My dad was a big Yankee fan. Gary Sheffield was playing for the Yankees at the time, Chris. Oh, yeah. And he hurt his shoulder so bad that he couldn't man, I'm looking good. He couldn't lift his arm above his head that one season. And he caught every fly. It was wild. And my dad loved it because it's the workman thing. And he would always get in trouble with the media, Gary Sheffield. So he said something in the media. They were coming out negative. And my father literally said this sentence. If he wasn't a colored ball player, you wouldn't be hearing any of this shit. I said, oh, my God. Victory. Like, he gets it. So I'm going to, real quick, Chris, I got to call my sister. Okay. Karen, we're calling. Don't blow it.
Is she expecting?
Hold on one second. Yeah, she's, no, not a child, thank God. She's expecting our phone call, though. I'm going to use your mic. I'll use my mic. This is our Southern expert, Chris, Karen McDonald.
Honey, they're not calling you, honey.
No, it's not you, Ringer. If she doesn't pick up the phone, Chris, seriously. I told her I'm calling. I told her to be ready.
Hello?
She wants me to call.
Hello?
She wants to be part of the show. Here I am now, live. Cover his Jones for a second. Fucking, all right, take him off. TV, he has headphones on. Hello?
Hi, you reached Karen.
You gotta be shitting me. Okay, a little behind the scenes here, Michael. This is my sister. Hey, this is my sister who loves to be part of the show. And always feels slighted. She feels I don't take her phone calls long enough. She feels I don't call in. Sometimes I'm on a roll. She calls. I ignore the mechanic like you. You can just keep going. I ignore the phone calls.
Send a text message. Go send it now.
And the music.
Sponsor this text message by
I'm gonna call it.
Music app. Send text message
I'm going to call
now.
again. I'm calling again.
It is 11:39.
Dude. She knows.
Yes, when you do that, I do that to my cousin Josh. I said, Josh, you got up, motherfucker. You go and duck. You got up now. I hit him with my sender if he doesn't get up.
Hey,
Go over there.
in salute of the trip, Joan, don't touch your hair. Don't touch it. In salute of the trip, Jonas has Donald Trump hair. Look at his hair. It's awesome. Don't touch it.
Hi.
Oh, my God.
I'm on
Chris, I'm flabbergasted.
We called you twice. Bye-bye.
I'm so upset right now. Karen, you have 5 minutes to call us back. Seriously.
Oh.
Unbelievable. Holy mackerel. This is terrible. Listen, this was a perfect time to talk to her. She's my southern fucking expert. I'm calling her cell phone.
Oh, what were you calling?
She said call her home phone. She gave me very implicit instructions.
Did you say call the homo? I'm sorry.
We're doing a show about reaching out and stopping hatred in the South, and between the two of you guys.
Maybe she got
It's satire. Maybe. I told her she finds it to find a nice guy with a minor stroke to date.
Ty.
I was just trying to call you back on the other end.
Okay, is this okay on this phone?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I was going to tell you to call me on the house phone, so I didn't run the battery down. So, but it's okay.
I don't mind. You want me to call you back on the house phone?
No, it was fine.
All right.
I mean, we should be okay. I got about 57% on.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, this is going to be about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So Karen, Chris is here, and Michael Gargani, the famous act, very handsome.
And also,
Oh, everybody's very handsome.
And Ganunk is calling in from Ohio. A lot of Indian citizens out in Ohio. Karen, I'm headed into
Really?
the yes. Karen, I'm headed into the South. Now, Karen has lived in the South her whole entire adult. I'm not going to give her age away, but she moved there when she was 13, and she's been living there now for 46 years. Okay,
Right.
you've lived in Florida, you've lived in South Carolina, you're now in North Carolina.
Right.
Okay, very good. Now, when you were young, you would hear racist terms, true or false?
When I was young, I was raised what now?
When you were younger, you would hear
Right.
people say racist things like the N-word to other people, or
Oh, the N-word, yes. But,
people would say that a lot.
yes. Yes.
And
Quite a bit.
and there was a black section in your town, or freely among everybody?
Yes. No.
A section.
The sections.
Wow, is that incredible? Or
Yeah.
what? Now, do I have to be worried
Yeah.
about these good old boys down there, Karen, or no? There's my sister.
Not really.
What's my biggest fear?
You just have to me, if they're involved with the hate
Uh-huh.
shit that's going on, excuse my French,
No, please.
but, okay, then I would be worried not to stay away from it.
Right, but I'm going.
Them.
So what shouldn't I say? If you could give me some things not to say to these guys.
And I would ask them how they were raised.
Mm-hmm.
You know, were you brought up being prejudiced, or
Mhm,
were you
mhm.
brought up, you know,
Right, with other
being
ideas.
very open,
Sure.
like, you know, open like you and I. I mean, to me, looking at someone as a person,
That's right.
it's not color.
That's right. That's right. Because it's only skin pigmentation. Now, Karen,
Right.
how do I find myself a nice? I don't want to say clan barbecue, but how do I find myself a nice barbecue, a nice southern barbecue, or a meeting? What do you think I should do down there? Like Wednesday night, I'm going to be in. Wednesday night, I'll be in Mississippi, and I want to go
I'll
out.
tell you what, if you wanted to go down to where Taylor's at,
Uh huh. They got the clan.
Josh knows a lot of people.
Really?
Yes.
And what this is
And-
South Carolina or North Carolina?
South.
Very interesting.
And, I mean, you know, they're friends of his. but they don't look on black people that much.
I understand, right? Well, the issue is, Karen, that I find that a lot of these people that really hate the black people don't really know many of them.
Mm-hmm.
This is a big problem. All right, Karen, listen, I'm going to wrap this segment up because Jonas is falling asleep and we got a lot of driving to do, but I'll be calling you from the road. Thank you, my sister Karen. Listen to this. I love you, Karen. I'll talk to you soon.
I love you too. Be safe.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye. All right, Karen. Yeah, she's a big fan. I hung up because I had a great joke to make, Chris, to tie out of the phone call, and I completely forgot it.
Oh.
God, isn't that the worst?
Yeah. Sorry.
It's all right. We'll get over it. So this is my sister, Karen. She's saying we got nothing to worry about, Chris.
Then I'm not going to worry.
Yeah, then I'm not going to worry. What I want to know is, and comment on Facebook, I'm rolling into Jackson, Mississippi Wednesday night.
Mama.
Where do I go? He wants his mama.
No.
Where do we go to find some local activity is what I want to know, okay? And,
Well, Town Center, right?
Who?
Town Center?
Yeah, Town Center, sure. Well, I guess we'll go to the statues. Hey, so what I was asking Jonas before isn't his middle name, what's the difference between his middle name being Lee and a statue?
Well,
Shouldn't we change his middle name?
Well, no, because, the statue's right in the middle of the town.
And that's what he said. Brilliant.
So everyone.
Right, everyone's exposed to that. They don't have to know his middle name. Chris, I'm going to close on a controversial note.
Are you ready?
Yep. I know it seems soon, but the kid's falling asleep, and I want to get a nice, fresh start. Oh, perfect. I'm going to look right into the camera for this one, Chris. Okay? Yeah, thank you. Excellent. Yeah, zoom in a little bit. Okay, good. Oh, good. Trump right behind me. Good. Perfect. Okay. All right. Guys, we got to start leading by example. All right? There you go. Guys, we got to start leading by example. No longer can we just say those people are bad. Those people are dumb. Those people don't know anything. Those people are stupid. Those people are voters. And they're part of the club. Part of your club. Part of my club, part of his club for the future. And if we don't start embracing, like, these people, I'm saying it now, these people, even Jonas said it before. It's like it's messed up. We never gave them rights. Talking about, like, it disenfranchised Americans. I go, look how the racism is built into the speech that we say. This kid's the sweetest human being on the planet.
Oh, my God.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I try.
You do it. But even him thinking, like, the terminology, Michael, right? He's like, talking about just disenfranchised Americans. It's messed up that we don't give them what they need. Who's the we, who's the them, and who's it for us to give or not to give? All right? For everybody, man. Now, this is the controversial part. What Trump said that really drove people nuts last week, and there were a lot of things, believe me, but what really got people going is that, and he didn't mean it like this, but we're gonna start transforming these words of hate, Chris, into words of healing. Okay, because it's less Highland, more healing. Looks like the tour says. So they're gonna heil, and it's the same thing. The Nazi's gonna heil. I'm gonna high five him and make him my buddy. Trump is gonna say that there were a lot of good people on that side. I'm gonna agree. I agree. There's a lot of good people on the side who are thinking some bad, dangerous things. Okay? There's a lot of good people on that side. They're thinking dangerous things, and it's a lack of information. So if we, the more educated liberals, don't find it incumbent upon ourselves to educate and to share information, what makes you think you're so great? Because I'll tell you what, maybe if you grew up in Tupelo, Mississippi, you'd be the guy doing the Highland. All right? And maybe if that guy grew up where you grew up with all these liberal ideas, maybe he'd be the guy calling the fucking himself a retard down in the South. Bullshit. Enough is enough now. If we have an enlightened mind, you don't take that and fucking whack people over the head with it and call them stupid. So if the president says that there's a lot of good people out there, guess what? You can go wide again, Chris. If the president says that there's a lot of good people out there, I believe it. And I trust it to the point where I'm going to take my 11-year-old. And and Jonas. Where I'm going to take my son. And if the president says there's a lot of good people, I believe it, man. Not because I believe him, because I don't fucking believe in good and evil. Right. And I think I guarantee it, that you have people starved for information, and they get a couple of voices right now. One voice is from us, the liberal left, saying you're fucking retarded, and the other voice is saying, no, you're not. And guess who they're listening to? The people that are embracing them, Breitbart, Fox News, spewing poison. Okay? I think a lot of the white people out there, if they realize that they're being as oppressed and that they're under the same thumb as the black people that they think are getting everything, I think they'd be really surprised. I'm not going to try to win that war. I want to hear what they have to say. And then I'm going to ask great questions, because that's what I love to do. This is how you get to know and meet people and to exchange ideas. And here's the whole thing, liberals. Talk to these fucking people, because you know you're never going to become a Nazi. So what are you afraid of? Why are you shouting the person? Listen. Let them try to convince you. And in doing so, they're going to convince themselves. Listen. Judging, you don't have a right to. You were given a lot of tools to think the way you think. And you could use them to build, or you could use them to break. Now we're going to hit the road, and we're going to find out
what the hell is going on.
From Meyerville, Robin Jonas Meyer. See you in the South.